ladies and gentlemen, I've got a public announcement to make. I have discovered, on behalf of British science people, a new and even more epic way of creating color base. So, to get into the serious things here, I have a new method for coloring bases. And it's actually not new, it's still using resonators, but what caught me is that it only uses faceplant. And, older members of this channel might actually know that I am a gigantic fan of faceplant. I think that this is the ultimate synth to end all other synths, and that's for a good reason. It can do literally anything. Now, the workflow is not as good as Serum or Vital, that's why I don't use this as often, but today I sat down with it and played around, and I found that it has resonators. So, why not get resonating? So, I have just a sub here. So first, let's get an LFO for movement. So we could do something like this, and I'm gonna edit it a bit, but yeah, this looks good to me. So we're gonna make something like this, and I'm going to make it a little bit like this. So it's not just like a, it could be like that. We're gonna set the speed to 1/4. So we're gonna decrease the level here, and we're going to route this right here. So that's like the classic rhythm movement. So now we're going to add, I'm going to add a new group. We're gonna call that color oscillator 1. And we're going to insert a wavetable inside of it, and then an envelope at the end of that. So for the envelope, we're going to just set safer margins, meaning that I set up the decay and release. Sorry, not the attack and release, so there's no clicks. And we're going to also route this. Now, this is just a just a sign, so let's get a better wavetable. And I'm thinking we could even take it an octave higher. Or let's use one of my tables from Serum. One of the monster ones. So now we can move this a bit, although it's not mandatory. Just to like add a little movement. And now it is time to get coloring. So this is going to involve a little bit of routing. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to route the sub to lane 3. So this is where this is going to be our master band. Lane 1 is going to be our color band. So this is where we will load at least 4 or 5 resonators for the color effect. And I'm actually going to load 1, 2, okay, let's fold these for now. 5 is perfectly enough. But one thing I will do is, so this is going to go to lane 1, and then lane 2 is going to have the usual effects you would put on a bass, and then lane 3 is going to be the output with the saw. So, 5 resonators, that's perfect. You could even use more, but for now, for this example, I think 5 will do. So let's actually take a moment and find a chord we can resonate. So let's find a cool scale. We could do G minor, because this note is G, so yeah, I don't want to be too experimental with that. So let's maybe try a G minor 9th chord, which is right here. So G, B, I mean B flat, really. That's an A sharp, right? D, F, and A. So G, A sharp, D, F, and A. So we're going to set it up accordingly. This is going to be a, let's say it's going to be a G3. We could move octaves really, but I actually have a plan here. We'll do that later. So G, we've got A sharp, and this is in the 3 octave. A sharp 3. Then we've got, sorry, my memory is kind of dead today. D, but I would rather check this a million times than mess it up in a video. We're gonna do then the next one is F, so that's F4, and we're gonna do A, which is A4. Perfect. So we've got this. Wait, did I remove one? F4, D4, A sharp, and G. Yeah, I removed the last one. I don't know why I have to check. I'm kind of dead. Okay, so we've got these, and if I remove this, we get a sound like this. It's magic. It's color-based, right? So crazy. But I'm not stopping here. So let's actually set up some more advanced routing, so we can, I guess, get some even more control over this like resonator type thing. So first thing is we're going to reset the decay, reset intensity. So macro one is going to be resonator decay, and we're going to route this to the decay. Second macro is going to be resonator INS, which is for the intensity. Here we're going to route all of the resonator's intensities, and the last one is going to be the octave. Now this is tricky, so we have to go from G3 to maybe G5. This is a little bit dangerous, so I would rather go to G4 to be honest here. But yeah, so we're gonna call this R octave. So now we have that. So we're gonna do this for each of these. So again, decay, we set that to 0. Intensity, we set that to 0, and then we route decay here, we route intensity here, and then for octave we need a little finer thing, but that should still be 10%. So yeah, A sharp. Yep, this is 10%. Okay. Well, in that case, it's not that hard. Now we're gonna repeat this for each and every of the resonators, because what the problem is with this method is that it's very modular, which is a huge advantage and a huge drawback, if you will. And that is because, so 10%, that should get us to D5, yeah, because we've changed octaves. Because now we've got a lot of control, like really a ton of control. But the setup, as you can probably tell, is pretty tedious. The advantage is that you don't need like MIDI routing that you usually need for color base, which I'm not a fan of. I'm gonna be honest, maybe because I'm dumb, but I'm not a big fan of MIDI routing. That's just, I'm coming from a FAL, and the FAL had very bad MIDI routing, and Ableton has it much better. I'm gonna say that. So Ableton has it much better. Okay, so with this, we've got a resonator. So these are the resonator macros right here. So now we can tweak it. We could even try to do like an octave minus. So let's do that. This is this is gonna be a long and boring video, but hey, I'm doing my best here. So here we're gonna do minus 10%. Okay, minus 10. So that what? Oh, minus 10 will bring it to G2. Yeah, that's correct. And okay, it's not gonna be as bad now. Minus 10. Because now we can just we've seen that 10% is like the magic number. So now we can just type in the values. Wow, so easy. If this is right, if what I'm doing right now is right, we should get like an octave thing going on. But we could also like do 20% from like an octave below, so like 50% is the 0 and then 100% is the... Okay, so that's kind of the main idea. So now let's actually create a color base, because this is only really a resonated like rhythm. Wow. So we need to, add some more bass like qualities to it. So I'm going to start that with some distortion. I hope that doesn't add latency. Oh, it does. Fuck. Well, wait. I think if we turn off wait, turn something off here. No, I guess we cannot really do distortion. Or we can, because I don't really care. But yeah, you might want to be cautious with this if you're like using it in so before this distortion, I would probably add a compressor. And even some like reverb. So for reverb on this kind of sounds, you want a very short decay, small width, no ER, and it's probably damping is alright. So just want something like this. It's doing a little. This is quite a soft sound, so it's not the very gritty kind of color base, but yeah, you could mess with it, and then you could ruin it with a frequency shifter, yeah, if you wanted to. So as I was saying, you can ruin it with a frequency shifter. Or let's see, what else could we? Phase distortion. Sounds fascinating. Yeah, that reverb. So that's the basics of it. I could actually try on a. Let's find the note. A2 maybe. A3 actually. Come on. How do you? No, that's not it. G sharp. Come on. Maybe I had to press Control for 5. No, you didn't. Maybe Shift. Yep, that's it. And you can color base in But now the cool thing is, it's like, this is how you do it. Okay, this is how you do it. I've showed it to you. The cool thing is now that you can change. You can go on and change the notes and then change the wavetable, and you've got a completely new sound. And change the LFO. You know, it's like this is BS color. Let's call it something cool. BS chromatic discharge. Okay, because from here you can make any color, like you can make a ton of color bases, and then you change the effects. You know, you change the notes on the disperser. You change you change up the phase dispersion, the phase distortion. You've got endless possibilities from here, because this modular setup gives that endless possibility to you. And I'm blown away by this technique. Might not be that big of a deal, but I really love it. There's 7 milliseconds of latency, which 0.07, sorry. Yeah, so it's like nothing, but oh boy, this is something amazing, and I cannot wait to experiment more with it. If you guys learned something new, which I hope you did, by the way, because if not, I've been living under a rock. Please hit the like button or some kind of shit like that. I don't even know what people do on YouTube anymore. You know, make sure you subscribe, because I think I'm gonna do more videos from now on, and yeah, see you guys.